Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to the Slowest WAAAGH, where we are playing Tzeentch. It's turn 11 and stuff. Let's see. We get anything with augury? We got a Sunridge. Oh my god! Sunridge is 2 gems. Cheers. Congratulations. Super fucking exciting. Okay, so we are up to 4 income. That's very, very good. We also found a magic site in Bright Woods. We found a free Song of Birds. So glamour gems up to +3. Hell fucking yeah. We'll fucking take it. I'm super duper excited. We got a whole bunch of battles to watch, and not all of them are ours. So I say a whole bunch of battles to watch, but really, it's pinging. So, the Wood Elves ping the same place that we are pinging, and oh good lord, that's a lot of fucking knights. That's a lot of heavy cav. Yikes. A lot of heavy cav, a fair amount of heavy infantry, and then several mages. What do we got here? We've got a Wizard of High Magics, Air, Water, Death, Terrible Gems, a Wizard of High Magics, Fire 4 with a fuck ton of Fire Gems, a Fire 3 with a fuck ton of Fire Gems, and, ooh, hey, an Enchanted Sword. Water, Earth, Death. So, obviously the big scary ones are the Fire 4 and the Fire 3. Can do some nasty stuff, but realistically, it's also just, that's a lot of heavy cap. So this, I don't think is too terrible of a throne to potentially take. So we might actually look into it. The only issue is that it's probably pretty clear that Athel Loren is also looking into it. So that might not be good for us. So our scout does make it out, successfully retreats. Very cool. We get to see a battle in Numecria for Karaz-a-Karak. So we knew he would be going here because we kind of, we negotiated trade of the province, and we actually get to see his bless. As he's got a bunch of Rune Guard here, being led by a clan king. Oh, no, okay. I was like, who the fuck? He's not blessing that, but he's not blessing that. He's got some Priestesses of Valea back here blessing. Doing the blesses. Cool. What's his bless? Christ. Shock 5, Defense 4, Blur, Reinvigoration, Undying 8, Enchanted Blood, Blood Surge, Dark Vision 50, and Heroism 105. That's a fucking lot. That's a lot of bless. I will say the Dwarven Sacreds are really quite good. They, especially this scenario, Sacred Status normally confers halved upkeep, but this troop instead has a quarter of the upkeep. So these guys are only 12 gold a year for extremely elite tier units. This Rune Hammer slaps. They're only size 3, so they can fit 3 in a square, which is pretty good. They have very high base protection. And with all of this shit, they've got a lot going on. Very clearly, gonna have a lot of experience pips, gonna have very high protection, very high defense, some resistances across the board, blur, pretty cool. Undying 8. And Reinvigoration to kind of counter the fact that they have very high encumbrance. They're also slow as fucking dirt, combat speed 6, right? But I don't think that's gonna matter to all of these guys. I don't think they're... Has anyone... All of these arrows and one guy has taken 1 hit? They just murder. This guy's off on his own, and he also does not give a shit. Great Axe of Grudges. Curses. Ugh. I expect he loses nothing. Yeah, not even fucking close. My god, those things are scary. That's really concerning. He's also got some hammerers there as defenders for his priestesses. And that Oath Hammer hits pretty hard. So, very, very good. So, dwarf troops gladly use their own wealth to support the military efforts of their nations and require only a quarter of the usual upkeep in gold. Dwarves are awesome! Honestly, considered playing Karaz-a-Karak, because they are really, really fucking good. I like them quite a bit. We also attacked in Omofolia, but this was just us taking the province as, arranged by Naggarond. So we don't actually have a whole lot here, and there are some heavy cav. But we're okay. Oh god. Got hit in the back. That's alright, it all worked out. We lost a single Marauder. Marauders, pretty good. It is Rune Guards. Ew. We attack in Baan Dagor. Again, not very many troops. Couple of raiders. But shouldn't be too big of a deal. Easy smash. Shot, don't get shot, don't get shot, don't get shot. Nope, kill the archers. What are you doing? Lost 2 Marauders. Easy peasy. Fight in Drear Caverns. Now this is against a bunch of cavemen, and they are somewhat concerning because they do hit pretty hard. We can see, right, I do actually like this. The elephant riders, the archers are firing while they're held back there, so that works pretty well. And we lost 8 Marauders, 2 Hunters, 1 Forsaken Marauder. I lost a little bit there. Not super happy about that, but that's probably I shouldn't have had the elephants on hold back there, but it is what it is. 25 secrets gathered. Linking away at that slowly but surely. Unexpected event in Baan Dagor. We lose 3 Dominion of Great! Great! Great. Unexpected event in Force of the Lost. Give me something good. Misfortune plus 3. And magic plus 1. Damn. Alright. Well, we've had decent-ish luck so far. We actually haven't had any crazy good luck stuff happen yet. Patrolling some people out. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. What are we doing this turn? Well, mostly just kind of hanging out. It's turn 11. We are going to hit into Sulfuria just because we've got, 28 units. They're militia, light infantry, and archers. This is really noodly. I don't expect to hold it for eternity, but even if we just hold it for a few turns, whatever. Okay, that's some stuff. And we are attacking down into Palia. This one, we do have a little bit of a specific setup. We are holding everyone in the rear, holding and attacking, because we are heading into Zots. Don't want to get anyone winged or clipped, so fingers crossed there. And then we are sending some Chaos Warriors up towards this situation. We're also sending these units back from Omphalia, and we're going to be recruiting more and more Marauders here. We're also recruiting another scout. We're going to ping Cormac next turn. And so Namor is a takeable throne for us, but also very just noodly out there. Not sure we really want to do that. But Cormac, absolutely, I feel like we need to ping it to see what else is there. But this looks like one of those thrones that's just a massive number of shitty troops, right? So we probably will be fine? Question mark? But yeah, so that's probably going to be the plan, is to try to take Cormac, turn 11, gonna take, so turn 12 will be here, turn 13 will be here. We'll have more reinforcements. I don't know if, that's gonna be enough. We might have to send someone with more forces from the capital, right? But we might be okay, right? Wolf Tribe are not going to fare well against Chaos Warriors. But that might still not be enough. We might get overwhelmed. Or the Marauders get killed, and then the Chaos Warriors just break the other potential. So, what else are we doing this turn? We're dropping a temple in Surmiok. We want to get our Dominion pushed out ASAP. We have a scout waiting in Balcoria. We are getting a scout in Surmiok. We are recruiting more Marauders in Bright Woods. We're kind of just patrolling over here because we might end up going for Namor, and we're just kind of like projecting power, just noodling around at the moment. And then in our capital, we're continuing to recruit Acolytes and continuing to recruit Chaos Warriors. So, we've got another Augury going out. We lucked out. We got the Sun Ridge giving us +2 fire gems. We're sitting at 4. Really, really, obviously, we want as much as we can. But really, really, if we can get like 6 or 7, that would be aces. The 6 or 7 is like +5, +4 or 5 off of our start. If we can get more than that, that would be great. It doesn't really feel like we're gonna get more, all things considered, because we've already site searched, quite a few places. So that's not fantastic. But it is what it is, right? Research-wise, we will have Evocation 3 this turn exactly. So that's very close. We're going to keep moving this guy around and site searching. But we're going to have Evocation 3 exactly this turn. Evocation 3, primarily we're going there, of course, for Arcane Probing. But this is also just a preparatory kind of situation. It gives us Lightning Bolt, which is useful. It gives us Fireball, which is useful. Gives us a couple of other toys to play with here or there, depending on what we're up against. And then we're going to be running up Conjuration a little ways. Probably up to Conjuration 4. Obviously, right, like we know how I like to play, so Conjuration gives me things like Dark Knowledge, gives me things like At the End of the Rainbow. At the End of the Rainbow, we can already start casting every single turn, so that's a pretty good one. But really what we're going up there for is so that if things suddenly get dire, we can convert Fire and Astral into combat power. Flamers, really quite good. Pink Horrors, pretty good. If we need to, we can start dumping Chaos Spawns. I don't think we would just do the basic Chaos Spawns, but if we get to Conjuration 4, we could go up to 5 pretty easily and start, aiming towards other shit like a Cavalcade or a Blue Horror Tide. 15 Blue Horrors ain't bad, right? Though that takes a little bit of preparation work for us. And by preparation work, I mean we basically have to get a Sorcerer Lord and get Fire. So that's not always an easy guarantee, but it is an option. I'm feeling pretty okay right now. It's turn 11. We have 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 provinces. We're probably going to end with 15, 16 provinces next turn, because I don't expect to not be able to advance into these. And I do expect to take at least Cormark in the next few turns. So that would put us at 17 provinces, one of which being a throne. I don't feel bad about that. We also have a Palisade coming up with a temple down. We have another temple down. We'll probably drop a Palisade in Surmiok or in Balcoria next turn, kind of just depending on the situation. We've got one border secured. We've got another border decently secured. I think we're gonna end up in a non-aggression pact with Athel Loren, and I think we're gonna turn our attention. I think's the general kind of game plan that we've been looking at right now. Now that might not actually work out. We might not really have the opportunity to go for any of those things, but we'll see. So aside from that, we haven't really been looking at this in the last few turns, but aside from that, I'm trying to put out a bunch of scouts because I just like seeing what's going on in the world. I'm one of those players that likes to have like a scout every 4 or 5 provinces so I can kind of see what's happening. I especially like to see other people's battles, and I like to scout out where everyone is. So we have made our way through the Nagaron Itza territory, and we've actually found Bretonnia. So we're going to start scouting out Bretonnia lands. We're scouting into Nehekaran lands, which are south of Nagaron, west of the dwarves, north of the lizards. We've got Bone Nose Tribe to the north of Athel Loren and east of Middenheim. And we've got Skaven, are actually east of Karaz-a-Karak and south of Athel Loren. So, kind of getting a picture of where everyone is at this point. Who do we not know? We don't know where Black Crag is. We don't know where Khorne is. Is that really it? Yeah, I think so. Which basically means that they've got to be in here, right? Like Black Crag and Khorne. If we think of the concept of this is Karaz-a-Karak and this is Middenheim, then this is Itza, this is Nehekara, then one of these is Black Crag, and one of these is Khorne, basically. So yeah, we've got a pretty decent kind of like growing outlook of what the game is shaping up to look like, which I think is kind of cool. So that is probably where we're going to go ahead and end this episode. Where do I have a +1 Earth from? Dancing Lights? Nope. That's pretty nice that we're already up to 3 Glamour. Oh, shit! Shit! Cavern of Ancient Moss! Nice! Okay, so that accounts for our Nature and Earth gem that we have suddenly accrued. Hella! Very cool. So, yeah, in just taking the Dreyer Caverns, which is not a especially good province, I actually had a conversation with Karaz-a-Karak with Kidzin about this, kind of like with the complaint of like, oh wow, the cave provinces aren't very good anymore, because in the previous time that we played, the cave provinces were quite good. Or in the last game that we played together. So that was kind of interesting. Nice. This is fucking dope. A nature and an earth. So obviously we have our Marauder Shaman running around hoping to find nature. But you know, getting a free little pip of nature is very, very nice. And getting some earth, which we really don't have a lot of options for, honestly, is also pretty nice. So we can get Earth 1 on our sorcerers. Can we get Earth? I think we can get... Yeah, we can get Earth 1 on our acolytes as well. So that doesn't... we're never going to have, like, high Earth, but we can get Earth in our communions, right? So being able to utilize those gems for that type of stuff is pretty nice. I kind of wish that the Sorcerer Lords of Tzeentch had all of these paths as an option, and it was just a +2 level. So either they would be Fire 4 or Air 3 or Glamour 4 or Water 2, Earth 2, Blood 2. I kind of wish that would, and they would always be Astral 3, right? I kind of wish that was kind of the way, but you know, it's what it is. This like divided scenario of you're gonna be better in one stat and you're gonna have a pip of something. It's not unuseful. Don't get me wrong. It's absolutely not unuseful. It's just not as good as I would hope it. Anyways, that is of this video, I think. I had something else in my head that I was like, hey, wait a second. It's not mercenaries. No one's grabbed any thrones yet. I don't know. Maybe I'm just misremembering something. Anyways, pretty chill turn. Making progress forward. That's going to be the end of this. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.